Toy Story Q, Return of the Etch-a-Sketch Oracle, Part 6 of the Surreal Toy Saga. The only line that matters is the one you can't erase. The Oracle, scratching at the plastic. I hadn't touched an Etch-a-Sketch since childhood, but there it was, sitting on my nightstand like it had always been there. Its red frame looked newer than it should. The knobs were greasy, like someone had just used them, and on the gray screen, something was already drawn. Not a house. Not a stick figure, it was my face. Not how I looked now, but how I looked at age 7, wearing a Pizza Planet t-shirt and staring wide-eyed into the screen. Below the drawing, scrawled in angular lines, "Ask your question." I turned the knobs. My fingers moved on their own, sketching out the words, "Am I real?" For a moment, the screen went black. Then lines drew themselves violently, without knobs turning, scratching at the gray until they revealed a new phrase. You were never Andy's friend. You were his dream. The Toy Box Tunnel. I blinked, and the Etch-a-Sketch grew to the size of a doorway. From it, a gust of cold air blew out, carrying the smell of Play-Doh and scorched plastic. I crawled through the screen. Inside was the Toy Box Tunnel, where forgotten toys went when they were retired, recalled, or broken. Barbies with melted faces clung to the walls. A Furby blinked sideways and whispered in Latin. There were things that shouldn't exist, like a Thomas the Tank Engine that screamed and spat glitter blood. At the end of the tunnel was the Oracle, a massive Etch-a-Sketch the size of a billboard, suspended in the void by strings held by spooky puppet versions of Buzz and Woody. The Oracle's screen flashed. You are the lost episode. Andy's final transmission. Suddenly, a television descended from the ceiling, an old boxy CRT TV with static crawling over its surface. A VHS began to play. Andy, older again, this time with wires coming out of his head. He was surrounded by scientists, speaking in Pig Latin. Project Toy Q has failed. The simulations are collapsing. The memories are bleeding into reality. Behind him, a puppet version of George W. Bush danced silently, strings tugging at its limbs like an omen. Andy turned to the camera and screamed, "Destroy the Oracle, before it draws you next." The screen cracked. The ground below me began to dissolve into alphabet soup. Buzz Lightyear flew in upside down and dropped a burrito on my chest. "Use this," he said. "It's how I escaped." To be continued. Up next, Toy Story Q, Burrito Protocol, where every bite of tortilla unwraps another layer of your identity, and Mr. Potato Head reveals his final form.